Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tom Quigley, bringing the latest tips, tricks and techniques for your contemporary painting and drawing needs. And welcome back to another video. As you can see, we are not in the usual setting of me being at home. Today I am back in the art department and I am absolutely buzzing to be back. This video is going to be based on oil pastel. Now, a lot of people consider oil pastel as a very immature material to use. You tend to use it in primary school and it seems to look very naive. And today's video, I just want to kind of prove that you can use oil pastel in such an exciting way and your artwork can look fantastic using it. So grab your oil pastels and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so the first thing that I did was just use some masking tape and split my page up into 6 because I've decided to do 6 different techniques today. Just do this because it looks really neat and sometimes oil pastel can be a little bit scruffy, so by putting the masking tape down just helps it out. Now the first one, what I'm going to do is using the oil pastel relatively lightly. Now I'm just overlapping some of the colours on there. You'll still be able to see the whiteness coming through, and that's just because I handle it lightly. A lot of people using oil pastels actually will use it in this way, but just not overlapping it enough. Now what I'll also do with this is add in some of the white in there, and that will blend naturally some of the colours together. It'll also bring out that colour and make it different tones and hues. So I'm just doing some hatching on there, subtly blending colours together. Now the next one, what I'm going to be doing is similar, blending colours together, but I'm going to be working a lot harder in there, and you'll see that there's no white coming through the page. And I'm really using the technique of applying a lighter colour. This I'm just using white with blue and blending it. So I'm overlapping. So I'm never going just up to the colour. I'm always going over the top of it. And that's how you're going to get those colours naturally mixing. Now I'm going to carry on mixing these colours, just using a variety of different tones. So I might have a number of different greens, transitioning to yellow, and just trying to work out what happens if I overlap a lighter colour, what happens if I overlap it with white. Does it take down the intensity down? As I say, yellow can be quite translucent. By adding the white, it's going to become a little bit more opaque, and just kind of killing those colours. Sometimes you will see oil pastels just looking a little bit too harsh, so I'm just making them a little bit softer. Now this one, what I'm going to be doing is called Sgraffito. Now, I'm using this technique for a particular image that I'm going to be showing you later on. It's going to be of the reeds. So first of all, what I'm going to do is put a lighter colour down first. I'm just using some yellows, some whites, also some like peachy tones, and also maybe a subtle brown. Then I'm going to put a green over the top of it, and hopefully it should go over the top, no problem. You can use, as long as it's a darker colour, that should be fine. So any darker colour that you use will work. And what I'm doing now, just using a skewer, and you can see that the image that I'm looking at there, looking at the reeds, and I'm scratching through those lighter areas. And hopefully anything sharp you could use a pair of scissors if you wanted to, or a ruler, or anything sharp should be able to work, no problem. Now I'm going to put some darker tones in there using some greens, and that's just going to add it some more contrast, and then just go back over the top with the Sgraffito. So really quite nice technique on that one. This one here, obviously oil pastel is made up of oil, which is the same as oil painting. So if you add some turpentine, which is a mineral spirit, and add it to it, you're going to thin it down. Not a lot of people know this, and it's really quite nice, especially if you just want that subtle tone from dark to light. You can also use some oil like baby oil, that works as well. Now with any technique, it's always good to do some mark making, working out how you're going to handle the material, how you're going to get those marks on there. I'm just doing some dashes, maybe using the side of the oil pastel, twisting it in my hand, pressing lightly, varied weight of line, and then just combining a number of colours together. So I'm not necessarily mixing the colours, but I'm overlapping the colours, and from a distance it should bring up those colours together as one rather than being very separate. So I'll do that for a short while, just so the full box is completed. And then here's the last one. Now, it's similar to Sgraffito, really. And I've never really used this technique, but I thought it was quite nice. Just put a number of colours down. As I say, I'm using some quite earthy colours on here. Just fill out the page as much as you can with some colours. I'll just put it on a scrap piece of paper. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn over the piece of paper. Use the skewer again. You can use anything, maybe a pen or a pencil. I'm sure they will work as well. And now again, I'm just going to do some more mark making. And what I should see is actually each mark making that I do will have that almost different variety of colour all mixing into one, which I thought was really quite cool actually. So I really like that one. Well, that's it, guys, for the techniques and processes using oil pastel. Hopefully it was interesting. Hopefully it was informative. I know it was just a very quick video, and I thought to myself, you know what, I haven't done oil pastel yet, so I thought I'd get that on the channel. And yeah, it isn't my favourite material, and it might not be your cup of tea, but you never know. If you've never used it, then you'll never know. So please give it a try and let me know how it went. What I'll do now is that I'm going to choose an image, and I'm going to do a time lapse for you. The image that I'm going to use in a couple of years ago, I went to a place called Monterey in California, and I never forget it. I took a picture of this scene on the beach, and there was loads of seals on there, and it was just a mesmerizing piece of work. I'm not going to try and do an exact copy. I'm just going to use it for some inspiration. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. It's always welcome. Just to know if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see similar videos, then hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. Until the next video, guys, see you later, bye.